back.
We are back. I realised literally just then that our last podcast, we started it with, this is our last podcast.
Yeah,
and then we missed a week.
We said it was the season finale.
Yeah, of the podcast, and then we just didn't do one.
Yeah. No one messaged me though. No one was worried. No one missed it.
Oh, like, I thought someone was like, "Oh, have you finished them or something?"
Oh.
But it turns out they were just like, "Oh, are you still doing the podcast?" I was like, "Yeah, we missed this week, and we're gonna do it. Like, we're coming back next week."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I haven't watched them. I was just wondering."
Who's this?
Names will. He won't even hear it. Nah, he's like he'd only seen like the first one. So
Yeah.
I thought he was like up to date and being like, "Well, when's the next one?" But he was just like, "Oh, I was just wondering, like just wondering you were sticking through it."
That's the beauty of this podcast. we don't hold back.
We can say whatever we want because no one's listening.
Exactly. That is the beauty of this podcast. Barely, like, there might be a couple of people who we know, and they're the people who we wouldn't shit talk anyway.
Yeah.
People who don't listen are the people that we are going to shit talk. Yeah. Like Will. Will?
Will?
Is that his name?
Who?
The guy you're talking about?
No.
What's his name?
Who's Will?
You just said Will or something.
I did not say the name.
What's his name?
Oh, it was Mitch.
What the fuck?
Who the fuck's Will?
Bit of miscommunication.
I don't know. I don't know a Will. So
the room, it's just you're sitting pretty far away from me. It's
you can't hear me.
Yeah. No, I'm having a bit of troubles now. No, we did take the week off
due to a
why was that
scheduling error?
Scheduling error.
No, last week was a particularly busy week.
It was a busy week.
It was a busy week.
For me. Wait, was it for me?
You had a week of work.
Yeah,
I had a week of exams for university.
And that's a busy week.
Yeah, even though I didn't study.
We're busy as it is.
We're busy men. We got a lot going on.
But you need time to procrastinate.
Exactly. I needed like preparation time.
Yeah.
Not in terms of actually preparing.
Not doing
just
anything.
A mental preparation.
Not doing anything relevant.
No, not actually helping my case.
Some Netflix,
just doing
YouTube,
a bit of Xbox. Yeah, just preparing in my own little way.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was just. I hope you didn't have something to talk about because I'm already jumping right in.
No, I like jumping. I like jumping.
At one of my exams, we were waiting, like beforehand, we were waiting to like go in.
Yeah.
And it was my biology exam, and I was talking to like some guy I've met in at uni, and another chick that I know at uni as well came and like hi. And she was like, "How fucked are you for this exam?" We're like,
"Very
pretty." Oh, the guy is so smart. So he's like, "No, man, I'm good. I'm ready."
Is that the guy that you're talking about before? The guy that you would
never expect to be in the course, but he's literally the smartest person I've met.
You fucking stereotyping
I know. I'm a
bitch.
prick. It really it did set me straight. I was like, "Why are you here?" And then I like literally had one conversation with him. I realized he's like.
He's the smartest guy
he's fucking hilarious. Funniest guy I've ever met. But he's also like smart as shit.
That's such a good combination.
I know, he's such a prick.
Like, fuck you. You perfect bastard.
No, but this person who I went to primary school with as well. Like, it was weird. Yeah. She left at in grade 5. I was like best friends with her in primary school. Nice. And left in grade 5. I hadn't talked to her in 8 years. And then I just turned up at, my orientation day for uni, and she was standing there. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, she was there. She's like, oh, and how fucked are you? All that. And then she's like, oh, literally, the only thing I've remembered is, how to, balance the equations and stuff.
Okay.
And me and my mate were like, what are you talking about?
Oh,
she's like, in chemistry, balancing the equations.
Yeah.
We're like, we're doing biology today. Chemistry's on Friday. She's like,
oh no,
get fucked.
Oh
what?
No.
We're like, yeah, chemistry's in 2 days. We have bio today. She's like, I haven't studied anything for bio. I've been doing 4 weeks of chemistry. I thought bio was on Friday. We're like, nah, chemistry's on Friday. She's like, fuck my life. And for 5 minutes, she was going on about how she's like, fucking hell. And I just want to quit. I'm going elsewhere. And all this shit. I'm going somewhere else. I'm doing something else.
If you're going to make a mistake, it's just make sure it's not that.
But then again, she, her story was she had no time. She didn't study anything for bio, and it's the worst thing in the world. Technically, me and her studied the exact same amount of time for mine.
Yeah.
I did no study for my exam. I did a bit, but like, they were fucked no matter what I was going to do.
Yeah. No, I'm getting like, people are like that though. Like they think that they've got no time, and then you realize you look at their if they had like an actual like diary or schedule of what they had up, they have heaps of fucking time.
Oh yeah, I didn't not study.
Yeah.
Due to a lack of time. It's just a lack of motivation and self-control.
Yeah.
It's
that's
nothing.
That's what I appreciate. That's honesty.
Yeah.
I'm more talking about like when people are like,
oh, I got no time for this.
Yeah, like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. Like, no, I've got no time. It's like, why? Well, I'm going for an hour here, and that's it. I'm like, well, let's see how many hours we have in the day. Okay, let's maybe drop like 12, nighttime sleeping.
Yeah.
You've got another 12 fucking hours to do shit during the day. You got heaps of time.
But the thing is, like, I sort of half understand majority of the time, like, some, you go like, oh yeah, like, think about all the time you're sitting on the couch doing nothing. But then again, like, you're not bored. You're doing it because you're having a relaxing time.
Yeah.
So I get that people are like, no, like, I've had,
it's just so lame.
I have like 4 hours here not to do anything because, that's the gap in work or something. But if you've been working all day, you want those 4 hours to yourself.
Yeah.
But like, I do the classic, like, oh, you want to do something today? Tom's going to be like, you fucking asshole, because I do this to him all the time.
Yeah.
Like, do something, like, you want to do something today? I'm like, oh, sorry, man, I got uni. I only have uni for an hour in the day, and all I want to do is just go home and have a nap because I had to wake up at 7 in the morning, which is not even late in terms of older people. I just don't sleep.
Yeah, I think it's just like difference in difference in the people, in your personality. Like I am always doing something now. Like if it's work or like hanging out with friends or like out doing something. Yeah. I'm usually I used to be like the exact opposite. I used to be like
staying home all the time.
Yeah. People would like it would be like wouldn't have seen friends in like 6 weeks. I'd be like, oh, you want to go like here for today? And I'm like, look, I'll have a look.
I'll open the diary. I'll see if I can make an opening.
Flip some pages. Sorry, can't make it.
Just call Denise, see if you can make a booking first, and then.
My goal in life
is to have a secretary.
Is to have a Denise. Like have. I want to be wealthy enough to have someone
just do everything. Like
literally do everything for me. Book my appointments. Like. How much of a prick do you have to be to want that? I want it.
I think you don't have to be a prick. You have to be human. Everyone wants someone to do everything for them.
I don't know. I think that's
if I could go through life not having to do anything for myself.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Who's like going to be like, no. I'll make this doctor's appointment, thanks. Like, I'll call them up. This is mine. Like, no one wants to do that. That's like the classic. Like, no one wants to call the doctors.
I'm always thinking of ways that I can be wealthy. It all goes back to winning the fucking lotto.
Yeah. Well,
getting lucky.
Yeah. All the ways of getting wealthy turn out just something that involves me not putting really any effort in.
Buying a ticket. Yeah. That's all that matters. That's all that counts.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
No, I'm sort of, my plan is I pray that the job I want to do will make me enough money. Because I'm going to be doing it.
You can't be happy with enough, alright? You got to be happy with more than enough.
What?
What
the fuck was that?
Who said that?
Is that
Aaron?
Is that Gandhi? Or was that one of Gandhi's ones?
Look, a lot of people, I think, say this to me as well. I'm a bit of a Gandhi when it comes to quotes.
Who the fuck has said that to you?
Couple people.
Your mum.
My mum? No, I don't know. I try a bit of a Gandhi.
My downside is I always try and make analogies. If I'm trying to explain something, I always
make an analogy.
So imagine this, right? Like,
yeah.
Imagine you're a rabbit.
Yeah.
In the ocean. Like what?
Rabbits don't swim. It's like that's my point. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Imagine you're a donkey throwing a banana through a window. Okay. You get what I'm talking about? Like,
I'm not going to say what for, but I used an analogy earlier today to kind of help my sister realize something. And I was like, I started off with this. Now, if I hung out with a bunch of junkies And she looked at me. She's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
No, like you sort of just like, wait.
Hold on.
I'll get there. Wait.
Let me finish.
I'm not done.
I am Gandhi.
That's one of Gandhi's ones, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one of his, that's one of his more lesser known ones, I think. Yeah. If I was hanging out with a group of junkies.
Gotta read his book.
Does he
have a book? I don't know. If he does, I want it. Like, I actually want it. I think that'll be a good, like, spiritual adventure.
He's not like, I got him confused with Buddha for a sec. I was like, he's not like the religious guy, is he? Like, I know he's religious, but he's not like, people don't like.
No, I think he's just like, no, he's not like, people don't worship him.
He's like the Pope of Buddhism, isn't he?
Yeah. He's just like a really wise, grounded, understanding.
He's Buddhist,
man.
Isn't he?
Yeah,
he's
got bald head.
No,
I know that doesn't equal Buddha.
Is he Buddhist or is he Hindu? Your internet.
This is why we need.
I was about to say your internet's not working in this room.
It's gone green.
Ooh.
I'm sorry if you heard like
a bunch of creaking.
Yeah, it's my chair. When in the cold, it gets a little bit achy, like most things.
Like all the elderly. I'm standing up. I'm going to try and.
Oh, I spelled it wrong.
Has a H in it.
Indian actor. I didn't know he looked like that.
Yeah, that's him.
He's not Buddha. Because he doesn't have a bald head. He does have a bald head, but it's got some fluff.
He's not.
Wait, what?
I was.
No, am I thinking of the wrong Gandhi?
No, Gandhi's.
Is he alive?
Well, he was born in 1869, so I'm going to say no.
Assassinated? What? With the kid?
No, this is Gandhi. That's the Gandhi I'm thinking of.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's another Gandhi.
No, there's not. Mahatma. I'm trying to talk quietly into my mic because I'm standing next to you. And
oh yeah, you're right next. Wait.
Are we?
Oh yeah. Look, we can all look. It's probably a bit echoey. Actually, you know. Get back.
Well, you didn't turn the screen around, so.
Oh yeah, true.
You need to get a HDMI so we can.
How awkward.
Didn't you know that? I just want to know what religion.
I thought he was alive. I swear I see like him tweeting quotes all the time.
That's not Gandhi.
That's someone.
You're living your life off some random guy on Twitter.
Shit.
No,
I've been lied to.
I like how my thing was. You looked at his date of birth and went, "Is he still alive?" He was born in 1869. I know he's religious, but he's not. I know he's all powerful and down to earth, but he's not that fucking powerful.
Yeah, you're right. I just thought maybe this.
You saw 2nd of October. You're like, is he still alive? He wasn't born last fucking year.
Oh my gosh.
He wasn't the last second. He was born 2 days before my birthday.
I'm a bit of a Gandhi. As I said, I don't even know how to spell his name.
You didn't even know who he was.
That was a real stupid moment.
No, you spelled his name. That was his last name. Everyone calls his name's Mahatma.
I spelt it Ghandi.
That's how.
And then autocorrected.
That was actually how I was thinking about spelling.
You would think so, right?
I know there was a H. You got all the letters right. That's right.
Yeah, we're all in there somewhere. It's just whether or not we could find them. Anyway. Thanks, Gandhi.
Thanks for your good work, champion.
Sorry that you were assassinated. That's awkward. Assassinated.
He was like, because Britain used to like. I think that don't. Wait, is India still a part? It is, yeah.
Is India still?
No, because India's a part of the Commonwealth, like we are. But like Britain, like full on, like colonized India and like fucked it up. Well, not like colonized it, but I heard something like before Britain turned up, India was this like, like heads of science, like a bunch of like scientists and really, well-living, wealthy people and stuff. And then the British turned up and like fucked everything up for them, and that's why there's some parts of India that are like super slummy now and like Slumdog Millionaire and shit.
Yeah.
But like he was against the British sort of rule of India, and that's why he's an Indian activist, because he was.
Well, was.
Yeah, and I think he was assassinated by someone. In touch with, but he was the one who said he would starve himself in like the main street until Britain fucked off. For some reason, they did.
Really?
Yeah, I think one of his things was like he was going on a hunger strike until Britain did something or like didn't do something or like left or something.
Yeah.
And they actually did it, which is you think like if one bloke's gonna go a bit hungry, like
well, think about how many people are going hungry now.
In India right now.
Yeah. He might have started a bit of a...
Guys, it's not a... in India, it's actually not a third world country. It's just a trend that's going around. No. That's bad.
Edit that bit out.
Yeah, write down the time on that one.
No, because... Are we allowed to talk about the thing? The thing with... Are we allowed to? Is it a thing?
I don't... How about we can talk about it after we do it? Not to... So we won't spoil it. Just, we can say that we got things in the works.
Yeah.
We have bigger things. I think are bigger things. Definitely bigger things.
100%.
Yeah, we got things in the works at the moment. So watch this space. Maybe not this space. Watch a space.
Yeah.
That we're going to be popping up on. We're doing a bit different things, but it's good. It's fun.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with starving Indians. But
no, what was I? Because there was a description of us.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why we're not going to cut anything out. Because I read it and a part of it was like, yeah, that is
unscripted,
us.
Yeah.
Unscripted and uncensored.
And very...
You heard it here first. The Indian people are starving because of a trend.
Jesus Christ. Unscripted, unedited, and very politically incorrect.
And unliked.
And out of touch.
Yeah, no. Please like us.
No.
And not just like metaphorically and spiritually. Like us.
Like Gandhi.
And emotionally. like Gandhi.
On a spiritual
like us physically.
What?
Come
up to us and just tell us.
Yeah, no. Like us physically on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that is very important to us.
Getting those subscribers
it's in all honesty, I don't look at the views. We said this before.
I checked them. I just want to see how
it's going. It dropped from. I know. All I know is it dropped from 100.
I checked it today. Actually, I haven't listened. Admittedly, I haven't listened to our latest podcast.
You have live. Remember that.
But my memory is that bad that I would not have a clue what we talked
True.
about.
Same.
Did we talk about? That was one. Yeah, I think we talked about like school, going to school and shit.
For like two. I realized we talked about.
Thing.
We realized we talked about like school and uni like 2 weeks in a row.
Did we?
Yeah.
No, because
we talked
our third
about
one was our most random one yet, where we literally didn't pin down on a topic the entire time. Remember that one? When I was talking about my Magadi hot dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Flashbacks. Yeah, flashbacks. Don't want to remember that. That's shit.
Yeah.
That
Sometimes
trash.
we sort of doing this, we realize at the end of it that like if you've listened to all of them, at like our first one and our second one, not our third one as much, but our fourth one, we get into the things where it stops being a random rambling of, comical chat.
Yeah.
And starts getting to this like in-depth conversation about one topic for the entire hour.
I think at the moment I'm too tired to have that. If you start one, I might be able to get into it, but I just can't think of something.
Well, like it usually happens that we come across a topic and we just never get off it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of, if we wanted to have a very topical, in-depth conversation.
Yes.
Sean Connery.
Clearly, we're gonna succeed in that.
Oh yeah. In-depth conversations.
Yeah.
There's plenty of stuff going on in the news at the moment that we could crack into.
I don't watch the news. That's why I kind of like.
I know.
I like you having here because
I have opinions of things in the news at the moment that are very, very unpopular.
Oh no!
I would say, and
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, and I don't really want to get into it because it's just been pissing me off. And
too late now. You're gonna say exactly what the hell you're talking about.
No, it's not. There's an element to it that it's very frustrating when you think about it. This is when I give context, you're gonna be like, oh no, and people listening are gonna be like, oh no.
We'll hear you out.
What is he gonna say? The latest tragedy, the Eurydice Dixon, the girl that was raped and murdered in Princess Park.
Oh no!
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no!
Now I'm definitely going to preface this by saying, obviously, horrendous thing that happened. Obviously, the person who did it deserves to be fucking buried under the prison.
Yes.
Obviously, these things are not definitely not good, and they need to stop and stuff.
Yes.
But the conversations that have arisen post this tragedy I think are not conversations that are relevant.
I know it. Yeah. Well, this is what we were talking about, right? Like a few. Yeah. This is
we were because not this specifically, but I was talking about how.
We're talking about, I think, what you're thinking about is like the talk, like I guess the talk that happens afterwards, that's happened now, because I've seen it as well, is not the way how you're going to solve anything.
Yeah, well, right? Pretty much, because, obviously there's a lot of things of, men don't understand this and stuff like that. And obviously if it's an argument involving two different type of people, but you don't let one of the people talk, nothing's going to get solved.
Yeah.
But my main thing is, because obviously there's a massive rise in people sharing posts and making their posts and chiming in on this whole thing about you got to watch this and stuff like that. But I watched one particular piece by Lisa Wilkinson.
Is that
the really popular one that's been shared
on the project?
Yeah,
I think I saw it.
And there was something about it that just ground my gears.
Okay.
And my thing is that, because now this has started a conversation about how men need to be teached this and men need to be teached that, and it's men need to fix a problem that we have. To keep women safe, women don't need to keep themselves it's on the men to change their actions in the name of safety instead of women changing their actions in the name of safety, which I generally obviously you can't, if there's a whole thing of people getting attacked, you can't tell, generally if the scenario was how the people saying all this, if the scenario was exactly how they were saying it, then what they were saying as a solution would work. But that's not the scenario. Because a lot of people are saying men get taught this. Okay, I'm beating around the bush, but I'll be blunt. What they're saying is that men don't get taught to respect women, and they say it men get paraphrasing and quoting what I've seen on people's posts, men get taught that it's their right to, treat women like second-class citizens and, that women are objects and, women shouldn't be, it shouldn't be on the women to change their actions to not get attacked. It should be telling men to not attack and stuff like that. Which, if the scenario was that men are taught that women are second-class citizens and do think it's their right to attack women, then that solution, telling men to stop attacking and not women to change their actions to not be attacked, that would work.
Yeah.
But that's not the scenario. That's not that's not what life is. That's not the thing. So my thing is that because my main thing, this wasn't a case of, say, some university campus where some bloody 20-year-old bloke, ripped as guy goes to the gym, and all that stuff. He's, a blokey bloke. Then there's some smashed chick and he, takes advantage of it and stuff. And he goes, oh, mate, she wanted it, mate, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, cunt. He can't do that. That's wrong. He was, obviously he thinks he can do something he can't.
Yeah.
It's not on the chick. It's on him. Fuck him, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, fuck him.
If that happened and that was in the news, then these conversations make sense. There has to be more conversations on, stuff like that where you have to know if what you're doing is right, and you can't say she wanted it, or you can't assume anything, and that's fair, right? But this scenario is I'm bouncing around. I'm trying to get
you're trying to get there.
I'm trying to get it out. What it is this isn't. This isn't, just a rape because of a man who thought he could do this, but he couldn't, and, she was asking for it. This is a violent murder.
Yeah.
So how does a violent murder start a conversation about men needing to be taught something?
The the man was sick. It's not related to all
this
men.
This isn't like men being taught
sick.
they can use women stuff. This is a psychopath who murdered someone.
Yeah.
Whatever you think, what I said, like episode 2 or something, saying I was trying to beat around the bush, saying like, you know, people make more jokes about someone killing someone, but if you bring up the word rape, it becomes a really, really taboo, and the whole room shuts down, and you can't talk about it.
Yeah.
I was beating around the bush then to what I was trying to make the point at, but I'll say it now because it matters.
Yeah.
Murder is worse than rape. In pretty much every scenario. Killing someone, ending someone's life, is worse than rape in the justice system, should be in society, but this is a murder. Yeah, rape was a part of it. That just makes the whole act of the murder more violent because this guy was a sicko and he killed someone randomly for no reason. He wasn't some, you know, jock with his mates thinking that he can, you know, mate, she was asking to get murdered. No, that's not.
It was nothing to do with the guy being uneducated, the guy being uncultured.
This guy's just mental and has to be put in prison for most of his life because he murdered someone.
Yeah, for all of his life, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. So, like, I don't understand how this violent murder has somehow started a conversation. Like, I saw things of, like, we need to teach men that it's, you know, they don't have the right to rape and murder women.
Yeah.
What man in his right mind thinks they have the right to murder a woman or rape a woman?
Yeah, no one.
Because all these things of, like, mainly... It's men, when you have a scenario where a man goes, mate, she wanted to have sex, she wanted to do this, and it was actually rape. It's because he's wrong, because he misinterpreted a conversation. No man thinks it's actually their right to hold down a screaming woman and, like, go at it, because he's like, mate, no one, only psychopaths do that. It's not like... So you're literally, like, all these things of, like, we need to teach men. Yeah, there needs to be, obviously, more education about things where the line is super blurry, like, you know, it's a party and they're drunk and blah, blah, blah. Maybe not blurry to you, but some people it is blurry. But you're there, you can't have that conversation from this tragedy that's happened.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you're saying you need to teach men not to be serial killers.
Yeah.
You're like the men you're trying to teach to stop this tragedy happening are the people that want to go out and murder people and want to go out and violently rape people.
Yeah.
Those people know, like, they don't... It's either they know it's bad and they don't care, or they're not mentally there enough to know it's bad. And if they don't know it's bad already, you can't change their mind.
Yeah.
Because there's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
So what angers me is everyone's going,
well,
you know...
because there's a culture...
Look at this, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, men need to stop this, men need to stop that. What happened was murder comes before rape. Yeah, rape was part of it, and that's bad, and that's horrible, and it makes it even worse. But this poor woman was murdered. Talk about that. Yeah. Talk about trying to find the person who murdered her.
Yeah.
Don't talk about how we need to stop men from raping, because this wasn't just a rape. This wasn't her standing up and being like, he assaulted me, we need to stop this. He thought he was doing what... No. This guy's a sick man. serial mental case and who murdered someone.
There are different cases, because there are, like, there's obviously a culture that allows people to misinterpret I guess in a particular situation to misinterpret, and they're wrong.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, you know, like, this obviously was like, no matter who's looking at it, if they're mentally stable.
The man's sick. He murdered, he raped and murdered a woman.
Anyone who's mentally stable, whether man, woman, fucking dog, whoever, if they looked at this, they would know that everything that happened was wrong. You know. At no time did the man think that she wanted to be raped. Yeah, no. He was just doing it because he's mental. Yeah. Like,
and the message that followed, I know, because I saw the Lisa thing as well on Facebook. It wasn't related. Like, it wasn't related.
No. It was because men need to be taught. It's, you know, as a woman, blah 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 blah. Like, no, whoever's doing what happened. Like, if you're using this as a reason to teach men something, you're saying, like, what the also thing is, like, you know, they use this and go, all men, blah blah blah, and obviously it's like, I'm doing the classic, but it's not all men and stuff. But, like, if you're trying to teach the men who would do something like this that they can't, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Because whoever would do something like this is fucking too far gone to be taught.
Yeah.
It's not... Whoever violently rapes and murders someone is not uneducated.
Yeah, a bunch of media posts, a bunch of like videos or whatever on like the project isn't going to change someone who will do that. They're not going to look at that and be like, maybe you're right.
The guy who's sitting home, like the guy who did it is sitting at home watching the project, and Lisa gets up and says this massive thing. It's not like he's going to go, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I wasn't meant to do that. Oh, fuck. I'm dumb. I'm so sorry, guys. My bad.
Now that I know, it won't happen again. That's not... In this case, it's not that.
Yeah,
and
but
the people who are posting stuff on Facebook and everything, who like, obviously, there's a level of, like, I guess, respect that you need to have towards this girl who was raped and murdered.
Yeah.
But... it's not something. There's not really a lesson to be learnt for anyone here.
No,
the lesson to be learnt is that there are sick people in the world.
Yeah, that need to be found as quickly as possible, so they can't do this to someone else.
Yeah,
there's no moral. Like, there's nothing you can do to. There was no educate. It's not like if this person had better sex ed when they were in high school, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
If you think that, you're fucking backwards.
Because sex ed. Doesn't mention murder.
Yeah, like
after
people keep looking at this as a rape that could have been solved. No, this is a murder from a psychopath.
Yeah,
like I said, murder.
That's a good way to because that's like usually the case as well. You know, and a lot of times after these things, it's like they're usually murdered, which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
and the fact of the matter is that it's the guy who does it or the person who does it, whoever it is sick.
Yeah, just imagine what would happen. Because I haven't heard anything. Because there's so much stuff about, like, you know, there's a vigil in Princess Park, and, you know, everyone going up and being like, this needs to stop, men need to change, and all this stuff. And, like, I can't stop these conversations from happening. They'll always happen after a tragedy like this. But I haven't heard one piece of information whether the person who did it has been caught, what they're doing, like, if they've been caught, if they're still out there, like, if they're still, you know, trying to, if it's happening to other people, you know, if it was a guy or a girl, still don't know that. I'm guessing from the conversations that are happening that it was a guy doing it. But just imagine if it comes out now that the person they've found, and they can pin it on this person, turns out to be a woman. So what happens then? I guarantee you the conversation won't change to, well, we need to teach women to stop raping women. Yeah. It will stay like, although we were wrong about whoever done it, like, it'll literally be, I know it won't happen because I'm almost 99% sure that a man did it. Yeah. But, like, if it did change, the conversation wouldn't go to, we're sorry, we assumed it was a guy, that was wrong of us, this is bad, women, you know, like, blah, blah, blah. If it was a woman, it will be like, you know, well, what we said wasn't wrong, men still need to learn, blah, blah, blah. And then when it goes into the conversation, and we're like, well, it's, you know, you said if it was a man, they need to change. Now it's a woman, what's that? Now that's when they'll go, well, obviously she has mental problems, she's a nutcase, she needs to be put away because it was a murder. Yeah. Like, all you need to do is flip the roles. And you'll, like women go, like, I'm saying women, I've seen comments of, like, you look at all these, like, triggered men and saying it's not all women, it's not all men, but it's all women, blah, blah, like, all these things. Yeah. All you need to do is flip the roles and you'll understand how we feel. Yeah. Because, like, all you have to think is, like, what if it was a woman who did it to a man? What would you say in the context of the conversation? And then you go, I don't know. It's just been really, like, obviously one-sided. It's just been annoying. And the thing that really pissed me off, and this is just because it's just dumb, in that Lisa Wilkinson thing, they had a comment from the Victoria Police, and the guy was like, the first thing the head police guy, I don't know what his name is, said was, just, you know, make sure if you're out late at night, just take responsibility for your own actions. Oh, not own actions, for your own safety. If you're out late at night, please take responsibility for your own safety. Yeah. And then it cuts back to Lisa, up on a high horse, and she goes, You hear that? They expect us to take responsibility for your own safety, you fucking idiot. Yeah. Everyone needs to. What, do you want someone else to take responsibility
I saw that too,
for your own safety?
Because when I watched it, I kind of broke it down. Like, I broke that bit down as well. And what he said, I was like, yeah. But then I listened to it, I'm like, why are they playing, like, evil fucking music here? Obviously to, like, influence the viewer. I'm like, why are they playing evil, like, conniving music at this part? And then she goes and talks back. I'm like, what are you talking about? Of course you got to take responsibility of your own safety all the time.
And everyone's like, the police are wrong, blah, blah. Who the fuck do you think caught the person who did it? If they've caught. I haven't heard a single thing whether this person's been caught or not. Because everyone's too busy, you know, making it a bloody...
Focusing on the wrong things.
Adding a new subject into the fucking high school curriculum about all this shit.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a single thing whether... But, like, I'm guessing, I'm hoping the reason we haven't heard about it is because the person's been caught.
Yeah.
You know, they're all going on about, like, the police need to tell us that, and they're telling us dumb things, blah, blah. Who do you think caught the fucking person?
Yeah.
Like, stop attacking everyone over something that's a murder. It was a murder. Like, it was a bad murder. And the only reason, to be honest, we're hearing about it is because it was someone... Because, one, it was someone who was somewhat famous in comedy clubs because she was a comedian. Yeah. So it was a name that was reasonably known.
Yeah.
And she was found in somewhere that was public. Yeah. If it was some random chick out in the fucking western suburbs...
Yeah.
Randomly, we probably wouldn't hear about it. If somewhere else in bloody, I don't know, in Alice Springs or something, where like none of the bloody news like things give a shit. We don't hear about all the crime that happens out there. Okay. Like if it was somewhere out there happened in the bloody main street, we wouldn't hear about it. We'd be like, there was a body found in the main street at Alice Springs. Yeah. Wouldn't we hear about all the bloody shitstorm that comes after it?
Yeah.
Why is this murder any more important than anything else? Just because the person's name we know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon, and just a lot of just quick assumptions and, you know, quick to jump at things and to join in. And I think you just got to think about the specifics of it and like what you're trying to say. Obviously, like your message that you're putting across is like important, like to a point, but like. When I say to a point, I mean like the specifics. I've heard so many different things from so many different people where like each thing there's always like something that's not realistic or not relevant.
Yeah.
Or not even real.
Yeah.
In their argument. And you sort of go like, just think about it. Think about think about what you're saying and think about why you're saying it.
Yeah.
And then maybe it can happen. But if you literally just... I don't know, if you just you're pretty much just screaming at a wall. Typing it on Facebook, you're not going to bring in new fucking legislation.
Yeah.
Like, come with realistic things that can be changed. If you come with a realistic problem that you think is a problem and have people talk about it and come with realistic solutions to the problem. Yeah. Don't just scream, we need a change and not offer anything.
Exactly, yeah. Because, as you said, like, this is not... obviously, there needs to be some... There's always going to be some kind of change that needs to happen.
Yeah.
You know? It's, in this case, the talk that kind of followed the event wasn't in relation to it at all.
No.
It was the fact that this guy was sick and, like... like, there are sick people out there. That's what's to learn. There's nothing that, I guess, you and I, as two blokes... as two guys, should learn from this.
Yeah, I don't think the main thing is like you'll never find one man in the world that is like all there supporting what this guy did.
No.
So you're trying. So the whole thing is like we need to teach men to not do this and not do that. You find one guy that will actively support what this guy did, and then you can change that guy's mind.
And then prove that guy who's supporting him isn't fucking mental.
Yeah. If you come up to me and try and teach me a lesson on something that I already agree with you anyway. You're like, you know, there's this guy that murdered...
It's being shoved in your face. It's
you're trying to teach me a lesson that I already know. It's like you're making me resit fucking grade 1.
That you already passed.
Yeah.
like
no one agrees with what this person did. Obviously, you'd have to be mental to think that raping and killing a person in general is okay. So stop trying, like, you're trying to offer up a lesson to people that no one in their right mind will need. No one realistically needs that. No one's defending all these comments of people coming up, like, on Facebook and saying that you don't, like, you know, all these men that are commenting in opposition to these shared posts and stuff saying that we need change and stuff. It's not, he's not opposing the fact that what this guy did was bad. He's opposing the lesson that you're telling him he needs when he knows he doesn't.
And not only telling him, telling like the whole population of men. Yeah,
half the population of the world you're saying needs to go through this stuff when literally all the people that don't have fucking mental problems would agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying because of what this guy did, you now need to learn how to not do what this guy did.
Yeah.
And you go, I've never done what this guy did, and I think what this guy did is fucking horrendous. And I think he should be killed, pretty much.
Yeah, 100%.
But then they, like, what if you said that, but they still are like, no, you don't understand. Because you're a man, you don't know. You don't need to know the feeling. Like, because you're a man, you don't understand, okay? So you need to learn how to not do what this guy did. Yeah. Like, well, I don't want to do what this guy did. I think it's disgusting. I already know how to not do it. Yeah. It's just to be a decent fucking human being. Yeah. Like, no. You're a man, okay? You don't understand.
Yeah.
You need to be taught something. Like,
and then to go and, like, throw shit at the fucking police officer.
Yeah.
Like...
Because they're telling you to take responsibility for your own actions.
Yeah. I don't know whether this is like a wake-up call to everyone, but men also have to take responsibility for their own safety.
Yeah.
Like everyone does.
Yeah, but...
That's just a thing.
Yeah, it's just that, like, one of the big arguments is, like women should be able to go out in public or out at night and walk home by themselves without feeling like they're gonna get attacked and stuff like that. Like, fair. Everyone wants to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But this isn't an example of why things need to change. You can't change what happened. This guy's a murderer. This isn't, you know, a group of the boys coming back from a party and harassing a chick. This is one guy who's sick in the head.
Yeah.
This isn't the time to try and make that change. Yeah. Obviously, it's a reminder of, like, yeah, you know, like, this reminds me of the time when I felt scared at walking home at night and stuff like that. Like, yeah, but, like, using this as an example won't fix anything because this isn't fixable. If you use something that you can actually look back on and be like, see, if this was in place and this was in place and this was in place, this would have happened. Like, yeah, fair. If that, you know, if you pick a scenario that will actually suit the problem you're trying to solve, then fair. But this is a murder, a cold-blooded murder.
That nothing was gonna change.
You can't fix that. You can't, you know.
Literally, the only thing that would have fixed that, which obviously isn't something that I'm saying should have been done. Yeah. I'm saying the only thing that would have fixed that is if that girl wasn't in that place at that time.
Yeah, or that man had already murdered someone else and was already in prison.
Has already got the taste of what he wanted.
There's nothing else that would have, like, they say, like, walk home, you know, make sure you have something on you that can defend yourself and, you know, make sure you always have your phone on you and stuff. Like, they say, like, you know, they tell women all this, like, I do the same shit. You think I would like walking by myself through a park at 11 o'clock at night?
Especially like in and around the area that it was done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
that's
no
not
one's safe in that scenario.
No. And I don't even, like, it sucks to talk about. I don't even want to talk about it. It shouldn't even be a thing that's like we need to talk about.
Yeah, because obviously, when this shit happens, you go, well, that's fucking shit. Why? Yeah. Like,
it's just a realization that there are sick people in the world.
Yeah,
but it shouldn't be a realization to blame not blame half the population, but tell half the population that they need to be more, I guess, educated. They need to learn that just because a woman's wearing this, you can't touch them. It's like, of course, who thinks that? Sickos think that.
Yeah,
that can't be changed. That can't be like taught unless they are found out and are put in like
literally
a psychiatric home.
Yeah, the only thing we can sort of like work towards is to eradicate that blurry line of like, is this a bad thing to do and is this a good thing to do? And generally, like, if you're thinking about it, you sit down and you think about it, most people will say it's a bad thing to do. And some people who are generally uneducated and don't realize things will think it's not a bad thing to do. But that's a very blurry line that usually doesn't result in anything like a murder. Yeah. But my main thing is just like, all these people are chiming in saying, we need to fix this, we need to fix that. No matter what solution you come up with, it would not stop what happened.
No.
Like, if you come up with, then it has to be more education of men to respect women, blah, blah, blah. You can do all that.
Yeah.
That won't stop a murder.
No.
Fucking no. No way.
Anyone would have been murdered that night, no matter what they were like.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, some sickos probably do target women.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's just a thing.
No matter,
it wouldn't matter what they're wearing. It wouldn't matter what they look like.
Yeah.
It's just, that's what
you could be in a full burqa. I'm not making a joke, but like fully covered.
Yeah.
And it still probably would have happened. You could be butt naked and it still would have happened. Like,
and that goes back to what that police officer, that poor man, was saying, is you have to kind of take responsibility for your own safety.
Yeah, no, he's not saying wear long skirts because, it will stop people wanting to rape you. It's just like, just be like, if you're walking through an empty park in the middle of some weird suburb, I'm not actually sure where it is, some random suburb, walking in the center of an empty park at 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
Be very aware of what your surroundings are, and make sure you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Even if you've done it 1,000 times, like,
poor man. That's all he was saying in that statement.
Yeah,
and everyone took it as like, what? You think we should change what we wear? We should we should change how we act?
It's not the guy's fault for like killing her. It's like on us. Like, no.
Like, of course it's the guy's fault, but it's not the guy's fault for being uneducated and uncivil. Like he's uncivilized and he's sick.
It's
not like a common thing found in all of
like if you go like, oh, what, you expect us to do this and that, and it's not on the guy's fault. Like, what would have been better? Okay, when you're out tonight, don't rape people, don't rape and murder people in parks. Okay, just stay away from women if you want to rape and murder them.
Yeah.
Just don't call out to women stuff. If you're thinking about raping and murdering them, just don't do it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, if he did that, he would look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much what you're saying he should have done.
Like,
because if he is telling the perpetrator to not do stuff instead of the victim to not do stuff, then that's what that would have looked like. You can't tell a sick-minded murderer to not murder. That's not how life works.
I saw a post on Facebook as well, and this kind of like, I was kind of ignoring everything because I'm like, yeah, here we go again. It's fine. Like, people, whatever. But I saw a post that kind of just like, it really sunk it in for me. And it was, instead of women having to stay in lit up areas, why don't men who have the tendencies to do rape and murder,
the urge to rape and murder someone,
they should be the ones that stay in lit up areas?
Well, that's fucking dumb.
And I'm like, do you not understand that these people are
sick?
Sick. They're not just me and you walking down like, oh, fuck, let's like, I'm gonna go in lit up area.
Kill someone.
That's not a. It's just so, like, when you think about it, it's so hard to explain and talk about because it's so stupid.
Yeah, like, you people need to understand that this guy didn't rape and murder this poor girl out of an opinion that he thought he should be able to.
Yeah.
He's mental. No, like, whoever has the opinion that they should be able to rape and murder someone
are sick. Need
to be in prison or a fucking mental hospital.
Exactly.
I did not plan to have a rant.
What time is it? Can we not end on such a sour note?
Yeah, I will try. We'll
what
change
can we talk about?
I have no idea what we're gonna fucking name this one.
Oh no! Anyway, it's something. It's important, and that's why like the few people that watch.
I just want there's no back and forth that people lately aren't allowing people to have a debate, like a simple, I know, honest debate. It's all you're wrong, I'm right, you're a sicko, I'm like, you don't understand my point of view, so you're not. Who is it?
Oh, it's my dad. I'll call him back.
Okay. Phone calls. We have to.
Anyway,
turn our phones on do not disturb.
It's not something that I would go and post. I wouldn't post this on Facebook, like this conversation on Facebook,
No, I'm not.
Because it takes actually hearing what I'm saying and actually hearing what you're saying to kind of understand it.
Yeah. I would not have...
He's calling again.
Should
I answer?
Turn your mic off and I'll ad-lib for a bit.
Okay.
So, everybody, welcome to the Aaron Show. How you doing? We are in Aaron's corner at the moment, so welcome everyone. Hope you're having a good time. This is a secret time. Jake can't hear us. This is how it works. So call in now if you think Jake's an asshole and make comments on the YouTubes and see if we should get rid of him. I'm thinking about getting him out of the podcast and doing just a solo show. Just let me know what's going on. I wish Jake would just stop talking so loud because it's making it really hard to have a secretive Aaron's corner. But you know, we're about to finish this up and we're about to get out of this bloody house. I'm sick of being in this joint. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so welcome back, boys. And,
so did you talk shit about me at all?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. This probably none of that came up. It would have just
really
been like...
No, it was coming up. Trust me.
Don't worry, I'll be listening to it later on.
But like, if you're one of those people as well that kind of had that idea before coming into this podcast, I urge you just to, when I say the idea, I'm not talking about like going out and killing someone and raping someone. I'm saying had the idea of that all men should be taught a new way of kind of thing. Just for clarification.
Yeah.
Just hear what we have just said. Understand that where we're coming from is just a different idea.
Yeah.
And that maybe it is the correct one, even though that's a very shit way to look at it. But
I'm not saying this like what I've said is correct. I'm saying it like there's always a time and place for a conversation. I just don't think the conversation that's going around now is relevant to the situation.
Yeah.
And I think that the plans that people have or the ideas that people are holding at the moment due to this thing are a little bit flawed and they don't really relate to life. So, general, like, I'm always up for
conversation,
a debate or a conversation.
Yeah.
If you disagree and stuff. So, I'm guessing whoever is listening to this, I'm assuming, is friends with me on Facebook, or well, you at least know my name, and I'm on the Facebook page as well. So, if you disagree, shoot me a message. I'm always up for a convo.
Even like group conversation, like shoot us both a message.
Yeah,
we're not like, you know, we're not pricks that are like, our opinion is
top. Yeah,
is top. Nothing else matters.
Yeah,
like people know that about us, and like we've known them for long enough that they do know.
Yeah, and I'm not, you know, getting ready to do a march in the street. Warming up for a
fucking fight.
Yeah, I'm not like, you know, putting this on a banner and doing a march in the street saying stop complaining about this and stop complaining about that. I'm honestly not saying that. I'm just saying that it's sort of, because these type of conversations, men always get shut down and men always say, I'm told that it's not a conversation for theirs to be had and they need to just sit back and listen. And when that happens, there's sort of just this snowballing effect of like, all these people that have these opinions that, you know, things have to change and men have to do this and this is this happened because of this, and they don't get checked, so they're just assumed to be right, and it sort of just starts this snowballing effect of these massive things, and then it becomes just this huge thing. So obviously, like I said, obviously I'm not saying this like this is truth, but it's my opinion, and I feel like a difference in opinion is always healthy. A healthy debate never hurt anyone.
I love a good conversation.
Yeah, and I'm not doing this to be opposite to everyone.
Yeah, be a little bit different.
This is my honest opinion on the thing, and I just think it's as you know, the conversation should be a little bit different, or this conversation that people want to have should not be a result of what has happened.
Yeah. This is why this is why the podcast is good, because I think a lot of the times that kind of this idea that we're talking about now is suppressed a little bit.
Yeah,
because
like if I said this,
too scared to bring it up in conversation anywhere else.
In a room, I'd be shut down pretty quick.
Yeah.
Whereas I get a chance to get my idea out, and then people can then react to the idea as a whole and not my opening line.
They have the option to listen or not.
Exactly.
Okay.
Anyway.
Please listen.
Yeah. I literally brought it up just to sort of... Because I was a bit frustrated with it all. So I was just going to have like...
Which is fair enough. You're allowed to be frustrated.
A 20-min rant on it. And then we were going to move on. I had another topic I wanted to talk about. At least a little anecdote I wanted to talk about. But
okay,
I think that's
maybe save it for next time.
That's going to have to wait till next... I've literally been holding this anecdote for the past like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. You just wait.
Well, I want to finish on a story.
Oh, please do. Let's lighten the mood. We're not going to finish this.
No, it's not a great story. I was talking.
I'm hoping it's lighter than the conversation.
It's lighter than this, but it's just something to like laugh about.
Awesome.
I have a friend.
As we do.
Yeah, he's going on a holiday. To Italy.
Wow.
Okay, this friend is really, really wealthy.
Right.
Like, makes me jealous wealthy. Like, I'm like, come on.
But
I want to be that wealthy.
Is he one of those wealthy people that he knows he's wealthy, or does he go, "I'm not that wealthy," but it goes on big?
This is where the story begins.
Right.
I was talking to this person. I was like, "When are you going on your holiday?"
Yes.
Like, when do you fly out? Do you know what they said back to me?
What?
Which holiday? They are going to Italy.
My lord.
They're coming back. Then they're going to the Maldives. It's not even like an on the way thing. It's not even like, like when you go to America, you go to Dubai for a couple of days.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's they're going to Italy.
Coming home.
They're coming home.
And then going.
For a few days. And then going to Maldives.
For a few like not even like a week, like a month difference.
No. Like, for a few days, they're coming back to Australia. And then they're flying out again to the Maldives.
That's dumb. It's just...
Can you believe? I don't think that's more than my house.
Break it up a bit. Like,
that's more than what my whole family is worth. That's like
that one trip.
Yeah, because Maldives is so expensive. Like Italy, 3 weeks in Italy, coming back. Can you believe that? I think that was.
I feel like some people just have much money they just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, and
I feel like that's.
The dream?
Obviously.
That is literally the dream.
That's just not right. I'm going to fit in this anecdote. I'll smash it out because I got about 5 minutes. Talking about unnecessary spendings of money.
Oh, good.
Village Gold class.
Yes.
My lord, is it... We're not... I'm going to talk about Village Gold class. Trust me, we're not sponsored because I'm about to shit all over it.
Oh, no. We can't shit on all the fucking companies and we're never going to get sponsored.
We're never going to get sponsored.
Anyway, let's...
Fucking Village... By far the biggest waste of money. I have many notes. One, it's about like $30 or $40 to fucking...
It's expensive. It's not cheap.
To get one ticket to sit in seats that you go to Hoyt's to sit in normally.
Yeah.
They just got the recliner seats. I know they did it first and it was a big thing, but now everyone has it, so you need to bring something else to the table.
It's not special.
You need to bring something else to the table if you're going to mix it up, okay? Second point. It's just,
okay. You hearing me, bitch?
I understand that it's a small cinema and people come up to you midway through and give you food and it's all different and all that stuff. But if you want to experience any of that, you're going to have to take out a second mortgage on your fucking house to be able to afford any of the shit they're offering you. Bloody, I understand that there's a lot of places that offer things at these prices, but if I'm going to the movies for something different, I don't want to have to take out a loan to do it.
Yeah.
Fucking $20 for one cocktail. That's about one standard drink. Mate, I could buy a little fat lamb that will get me shit-faced in half the time.
Yeah.
A fucking little mini bucket of chips for like $7.
Yeah.
I could, I'd yawned and I ate like half of them. Like, fucking ridiculous things.
Yeah.
And then, you have the choice of getting it halfway through the movie. Yeah, that's what I want. I want some bloke in a stupid little apron to come interrupt me halfway through my movie.
I never understood that. Why do they come halfway through? I'm watching a fucking movie.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of some like big action scene.
They're like talking. It's like,
hello, what do you want? Did you order the classic daiquiri? Like, fuck off. Yes, I did.
Just put on the fucking thing.
Just don't talk to me. You know my fucking just assume that I ordered it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's such a waste of time. I could do what their plan is. I could go down to the Coles, get some fucking pods and some light and tangy chips.
This is what I was just about to say.
Nip into the fucking liquor land and get some grog. Head up back, sit in the Hoyt seats.
Comfy as hell.
Same exact leather and the same fucking reclining. I can get shit faced and have a full food stomach for half the fucking price.
More than half. With the even if you shop at Aldi, just go to Aldi.
Aldi scares. Aldi is not for Aldi.
Something to talk about in the next one because I love Aldi.
I love Aldi as well, but Aldi is not for.
I love to hate it.
Aldi is not for the small shop.
No,
you can't go there just to buy one packet of things.
You got to bag yourself.
And there's no exit. You have to go through the things.
These people at Aldi, the employees at Aldi, are getting paid so much money, and they don't even bag your items. You have to bag your items yourself.
The fucking people that work at Aldi should play Major League Baseball, to be honest, because the speed at which they fly off the... Oh, Jesus Christ. They're setting records.
Hell yeah. I just don't have to bag anything.
I was about to say, I don't want to have to put on a bloody catcher's mitt to catch all the fucking, B grade named chips and drinks and stuff that I've just bought, and the fucking 12-piece socket set because it's cheap Tuesdays or whatever. Aldi special buys.
Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that just be...
I really want to work at Aldi, I'm not going to lie.
My friend got an interview.
Is it hard to get in?
I think so. And then got into the group interview, so got into the next level. Didn't fucking go.
Dumbass.
Nah. But he's alright.
It's like one of our friends from... This would be the last note, and then we can go.
Last note. This is it, guys. This is we promise.
This is one of the funny stories I've ever heard. He was... He applied for Coles.
Oh, no.
And he got an interview.
Coles is bad.
He got an interview, and in the interview, it was going good, but in his head, he was like, I will do anything, I just don't want to work in the deli. I don't want to work with the meat, don't want to work in the deli.
Okay.
So his plan was to just say, I'd rather not. I'd rather not work in the deli. And that's all he thought about it. So when they were going interviewing, the guy was like, oh, would you be opposed to working in the deli? And he went, oh, I'd rather not work in the deli, thanks. And the guy was like, oh, can I ask why? He didn't think that far. He didn't think that far ahead. So in a panic, he went, oh, I don't want to work in the deli, thanks. And like, oh, why? He went, because I am Muslim. He is the tallest, lankiest, whitest guy I've ever seen. He's like, I'm Muslim.
There are so many better ways he can do that.
He said,
I'm vegan. I'm vegetarian.
Could have said I was Jewish.
Yeah.
He looks more. His last name's. Oh, I won't say his last name.
I can't handle the smells.
He has
I'm allergic.
He's like, Dad's Jewish. He could have just said I'm Jewish.
Shit.
But no, I'm Muslim, and he didn't get a fucking interview back.
No, of course not.
Yeah, because who likes Muslims? Whoa! Time to end this one. Wrap it up, Jack.
Wow.
Jesus.
Fucking hell, Aaron. We won't cut it out. Everything's staying in. Anyway, thanks for listening.
We'll be back next week.
If you're still listening, well done.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised you didn't catch it. This is one of our longer ones, I think.
Yeah. No, yeah.
One of them.
It's alright. Anyway, we'll probably be back next week.
Yep. There's things in the works, so watch this space.
There is things in the works. I like it. I like the things.
We'll let you know, hopefully, next episode, things should be done. But if not, definitely the one after that.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. And we'll
see you in the next episode.
Bye.